Hey guys, it's Maria with Meet Me at Zero. I want to thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to my YouTube channel, for the prayers, the encouragement, the words. I want to thank you. And just wanted to do a video on hospice because several of you, about 10, have shown interest in wanting to volunteer. I am praying that 2 or 3 guys will also become available. If you have 2 hours every 2 weeks, or if you have 2 hours a week, any help will be appreciated. You will be blessed more than you'll ever know. And so I started working with the elderly when I first left my house at the age of 22. I ended up working at a nursing home in Hays, Kansas as a dietary aide, and quickly got promoted to a night cook. And so when I moved to South Carolina, I work in a nursing home here as well, and haven't worked with the elderly directly, but for the past year I've been praying about doing something with Bella, volunteering, therapy or something. And so a girlfriend of mine started volunteering for hospice in another area, and I really started praying and became interested in it. And one of those God things happened, and so I go to New Spring Church, and the ladies got together to do breakfast, and one of the ladies, Frida, mentioned that she was the supervisor of the volunteers, and I was like, wow. So she sent me the information. I filled it out, and not long after, I took my training and started volunteering. So my first assignment was 5 ladies, and I actually have 6 now, at a nursing home. They are a trip. So let me just say real quick that hospice is not only for the elderly. It's the misconception that it's only for old people or it's depressing and all that craziness. It's not. Hospice is for anyone of any age that has been given a diagnosis of something terminal, and they have anywhere from 6 months, sometimes to a year, to live. And I'm basically a support system for the patient, sometimes just a bridge between the family and the patient. And so my first assignment was 6 ladies at a nursing home. Each has their own personality. All of mine are pretty much bedbound. And so I really look forward every week to just visiting with them. And so when I visit at first, it was a one-sided conversation, and then they kind of chime in and they trust you and you get to know them. And so I have a relationship at this point with all of them. I have 2 that always tell me they love me before I leave, and they want to, hold my hand, and they want to kiss my hand. And sometimes I'm just there to play music, read the Bible, pray with them, sing, watch TV, get them some water. I usually bring candy, or if they have a special request. I've been asked for a Sunday Frosty from Wendy's. One wanted fried chicken from KFC. And so if you put yourself in the shoes of these souls, you really get to connect with them, that it's really about the little things. Life is really about the little things. And when they talk about their stories and their life, they talk about their pets, their grandkids, places they've been. It brings my life into perspective, what's important and what's not in the end stage in life. And so for me, a lot of people, when I first shared it, I just desire to be of service. I've been praying about it for about a year. And it does take a special fortitude and strength to volunteer for hospice. So I always say pray about it. But when you think about hospice, I think that there are 2 times in life that you're the closest to God. And one is when you're being born and God is releasing you from heaven. And the other one is when he's getting ready to call you back. And so even though this might be the end stage for them, they're very much alive. And so I feel like I bring them to life. I I validate that they're still here and very present. We laugh, we talk about it. It's just, normal chat, and I'm just loving on them. I think it's a way of paying it forward. One day I might need their services. I might need the same services. A volunteer, my family members might need a volunteer. So it's kind of like paying it forward. And so I have a patient, and I bond with all of them very different, but she always wants to know about my personal business, and she compliments what I'm wearing. She loves her nail and her hair. I can tell that she was a very vibrant woman at one time, and she's always asking me to break her out, and I told her I couldn't do that. And so there's times that I do their nails or put lotion, whatever it is they need from me when I'm there visiting, is what I'll do. But this one patient, she's told me things kind of like, she asked me if I'm dating, and I'll tell her, and so she says that's okay. There's no need to have one. You can have them all. And I'm just like, oh my God. She's been proposed 8 times, and she's been all over the world, and she's traveled, and she has no regrets, and life has been good to her. And what I appreciate the most is that everybody that I have, regardless of what they're going through, they have the sweetest of spirits. They're loving. Some of them are not as easy or accessible, and they've gotten better with communicating and being open and receptive to me visiting. I'm with them, but I'm the bridge. I communicate with their family, with some of them, with their families. And it's just a special time for me. I currently have a couple that's been together forever and a day, and it's just sweet and reassuring to see love in action, which is really rare for me when I look at couples that I know they've been married a long time. It's just not, it's not what you see. It's not the norm. And so there are very loving individuals. I got a Puerto Rican just getting back from Puerto Rico. I was asked by Kim if I would take another one on, and I told her I would. And so I went to see him and his family, and amazingly enough, he is from the same hometown I am from. And so we had the longest 2-hour conversation about Puerto Rico and Patillas, because he hasn't been in the island in 5 years. And so it's just a blessing to be a blessing in this last stretch of their life, that I am able to do something of good for them, that I'm able to love them when their family can't be there. I am there. If I can get them, like I said, anything from water, I bring candy, I sing, I dance, and just have the best of time when I'm there. I'm very present with them. I look into their eyes, and I just see them at their youth, with their stories, everything fascinating they want to tell me about, or they ask me about my day. And so if you think it's something for you, I just ask that you pray about it. Guys, the same thing. If you've been a veteran, it's awesome to do pinnings and just be a support system for them and their families. I lost my first patient several days ago. It's been about 2 weeks now. And even though I had one visit with him, you still connect with people. Life is all about connection to each other. It's about humanity. And so it's just a blessing to be able to share some of your time and gain the wisdom from them, and the sweet side is what I call it. So if you think this is something for you and God has put it in your heart and you have a little time, let me know. I will get together with some of you in the next 2-3 weeks. If it's not, our job is to pay it forward. We're here for a purpose, with reason. The school year is about to start. If kids are your thing, go to a school and let these kids read to you, volunteer at a school, at your church. The church in action needs to be mobilized. And so this week, just be a blessing to someone. Find what your purpose is. where there's a need, and God cannot meet the needs of people if we're unwilling to be open and to move. And so if you think this is for you, I encourage you to let me know. And it's not just to, like I said, get mobilized in your community to do something for someone that can't pay you back. That can't pay you back. And so meet me at 0 next week. I will continue talking about adult parenting. Be a blessing to someone this week. There's a reason that you're going through something. Your story matters. The story of my patient, they matter. And so that's what they bless me with. So meet me at 0 next week. You have a mighty week.